Wealth is like seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become. And the same is true of fame. Health so far outweighs all other blessings of life that a truly healthy beggar is happier than a sick king. Whoever attaches a lot of value to the opinions of others pays them too much honor. The clever are not so much looking for loneliness as they avoid the fuss created by fools. If we suspect that a man is lying, we should pretend to believe him, for then he becomes bold and assured, lies more vigorously, and is unmasked. Wicked thoughts and worthless efforts gradually set their mark on the face, especially the eyes. You should be careful not to form a very favorable opinion about a person at first acquaintance. Otherwise, in most cases, you will have to be disappointed. There is no doubt that life is given us, not to be enjoyed, but to be overcome, to be got over. The greatest of follies is to sacrifice health for any other kind of happiness. The word of man is the most durable of all material. Each day is a little life. Every waking and rising a little birth. Every fresh morning a little youth. Every going to rest and sleep a little death. A man can do what he wants, but not what he wants. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone, and if he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free. Almost all of our sorrows spring out of our relations with other people. Money is human happiness in the abstract. He, then, who is no longer capable of enjoying human happiness in the concrete, devotes himself utterly to money. Great men are like eagles, and build their nest on some lofty solitude. Willpower is to the mind like a strong blind man who carries on his shoulders a lame man who can see. The first 40 years of life gives us the text. The next 30 supply the commentary on it. It is a clear gain to sacrifice pleasure in order to avoid pain. Sleep is the interest we have to pay on the capital which is called in at death. And the higher the rate of interest and more regularly it is paid, the further the date of redemption is postponed. It's the niceties that make the difference. Fate gives us the hand, and we play the cards. A man's face, as a rule, says more, and more interesting things than his mouth, for it is a compendium of everything his mouth will ever say, in that it is the monogram of all this man's thoughts and aspirations. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. A high degree of intellect tends to make a man unsocial. The young should early be trained to bear being left alone, for it is a source of happiness and peace of mind. Whoever violated trust once loses it forever. Happiness belongs to those who are sufficient unto themselves, for all external sources of happiness and pleasure are, by their very nature, highly uncertain, precarious, ephemeral, and subject to chance. It is better to find your mind in silence than in conversation. A vain person should know that the good opinion of others, which he so achieves, is much easier and more true to create by silence than by talkativeness.